Hello and welcome. This is Rooflemonger, my friends. We got some interesting news for you on the Marvel Tokon front. But first, so normally, there's a pretty regular video upload schedule and there's been a while without a video. So what's up? Well, I'm currently in France. I was at EWC Paris. Had a good time watching some Fatal Fury and just seeing what all these crazy electronic sports are all about. And you would have thought it'd be a good time to do, say, like a Season 3 trailer, but that didn't happen. But I'm sure there'll be more Fatal Fury updates in the future. But anyways, that's where I was at. Now back to Marvel Tokon. So Marvel Tokon put out a short form video about the episode mode. So this is basically our story mode. A motion comic with gameplay, if you will. So there's going to be 5 episodes, one for each official team, because we have 5 official teams of 4, making 20 characters. So that's great, and we're going to go through everything here detail by detail. But the thing about those 20 characters, it's making it look like we might just get a little bit more, because we're getting our first look at the promoter and the champion. And while they are nominally boss characters, they definitely look like they could also be playable characters. So the pretty lady in the pink hat, that is the promoter, and she's here to bring the challenge of the champion in our story mode, and thus all of our various Marvel characters have to deal with the challenge of the champion, aka save the world from the big bad, and we have the 5 official teams that we've known so far. Also interspersed in the video is just a few gameplay snippets of some characters we have not seen much of yet. Like this Green Goblin super move that summons the glider to act as basically a super projectile that can explode. Or say Blade doing a real cool guy like forward throw move, just planting the sword and then beating you up with all sorts of other tools while doing a sick kick. Or the fact that Loki can apparently beat you up with tons of clones of himself, which is very appropriate for the character. I hope that's not just the animation though. I do hope he can do like clones in gameplay to trick you, because like misdirection would be perfect. There's not many illusionists in fighting games. But yeah, besides this, you can see here the motion comic aspect of it. And we have here the promoter, who again looks really cool, like it's a sick design. It's different than her base look in the comics, and perfectly arc system works up, just looks great. But then we see her in the game, and she looks like she could be a playable character. Like, a lot of fighting game bosses, if they're not playable, tend to be, extra tall or extra big. And here she is about the right size. And also a moveset that looks like a traditional fighting game moveset. Like, have a look here. So up here, she teleports with like a bit of a magic trick, if you will, with the red cape. And then has a, like, summon random BS go. Like, that's an Arxis 101 kind of move. And she also seems to have some sort of bubble shield, maybe a protection. But yeah, just on its face, just as it is, like this reads like playable character. Like maybe there's a boss only version of her, but I'm saying there's a chance. It's not a guarantee, but there's a chance because this looks like a playable character moveset. And again here, the teleport shenanigans into lightning, into something we don't get to see. And then into some manner a super move. They're definitely trying to keep things a little hidden, but kind of has that party / magic thematics to it. But then we got the actual champion himself. And on top of the fact that he doesn't look particularly like boss oversized or like a body type that wouldn't be a playable character, like he's not even bigger than the Hulk or anything, right? He definitely has some very, fighting game style moves. So for one, on closer inspection, peep the stage. This is the first look at the proper stage. And you can also see the promoter in the background. Sort of gives like Mortal Kombat 2 Shao Kahn's Arena sort of vibes. But yeah, now just the moves. So we got big step kicks, like all sorts of big kicks. I noticed online on one of the big boots there, people are saying it gives big Azrael vibes from BlazBlue. The other big kick is like exactly Rugal's double tomahawk. Deadpool ain't the only character with the references, kids. And that one big final kick here, it almost looks like if Chun-Li did Genocide Cutter, because it's definitely like reminiscent of a kick Chun-Li's had over the years, just with a big after effect on the move. So he definitely likes his kicks while dressed all sorts of dapper and cool and fancy and fresh. And the super that we see him do at the end of this little trailer here, Looks almost like it's like out of Dragon Ball Fighters, like something like Vegeta does. Something about like the way he just raises his arm and the energy goes up. And then watch out, he's coming for ya. So obviously this is not like a giant moveset breakdown or anything, right? But there's a chance. You know, like before the launch of Dragon Ball Fighters, it wasn't very clear how many characters the game actually had. Maybe this is one of those deals. Because, you know, those are two usable models. Again, they're not just giant characters. It's not like they're Leopoldin from Guilty Gear Iska, where like the model wouldn't work as a proper playable character. So food for thought, you know, multiple modeled characters that are not playable, like they definitely got a budget. This is not a small budget game, but did they got budget enough to just put out these characters with moves and not make them playable? Like to date, really only NRS does stuff like that these days. The forever unplayable boss character, more of a thing from games back in the day. Now, of course, I say that knowing damn well King of Fighters 15 launched with 2 non-playable boss characters, with Reverse, who is sort of player-shaped. I thought maybe she might be playable one day. And Otomo Raga, who was never going to be playable because she looks too weird, right? But again, that's the argument. Usually a boss really stands out and does not look like the rest of the playable cast. And, you know, hey, for the promoter and for the champion, they sort of fit the mold. But hardly a guarantee. I would love to know what you guys think about this and if you would want these people to be playable characters. Also, if you're unaware, on July the 23rd, we're going to be getting a lot more information about Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls over at the San Diego Comic-Con. Hopefully lots of good stuff, lots of good details. Maybe the first DLC characters, because we know that we're getting 4, and you better believe they're going to want to sell you some DLC. So rest assured when the time comes, it'll be covered on the channel. I'll be home from France by then. But yeah, this game comes out August. That's next month. It's not much longer from now. It's getting exciting. People are very excited for this game. I'm very excited for the game. And just to mash buttons with Hulk and get super armor, to be honest. No Hulk in the upcoming open beta though, sadly. But don't worry, I'll be very satisfied doing Magneto with some grappler zoning. Like, you know, the Arc System classic. But yeah, so let me know about everything you think in the comments below. And otherwise, my friends, that's it for the news. And that's it for the video. And rest assured when the time comes, when the game launches, I'll have all sorts of tutorials, guides, and more for you on the channel, so stay tuned for that. But otherwise, my friends, thank you very much for watching. Hope this video has found you well, and go out and play some Marvel Tokon.